Hey everyone, this is Eric with lobocomservices.com coming at you with another video in our Access tutorial series. Today we're talking about queries, creating a simple query. And anyway, these are questions that are asked about your tables. So your tables, again, the only items, only objects that hold data. Queries allow you to ask questions about what's in your table. We're going to learn about how to create a simple access query, the query by design editor, QBE editor. We're going to talk about adding criteria, adding parameters, parameter criteria, date parameters, sorting in your query, adding fields to your query, calculations in your query. Don't do it in the table, do it in the query. In my opinion, over the years, in the past, I know they give you a, a calculation data type inside of your table, and it's Microsoft's attempt probably to make things easier, but I wouldn't recommend putting a calculation. Normal databases don't have other databases, other larger databases don't have the criteria, the calculation data type. And if you do, perhaps you do, but it's still, I'd put the calculation inside of a query. And we're talking about saving a query. So without any further ado, here's how you do it. So let's go and create query design, and here we have, I'm going to get rid of I'm going to get rid of the properties box. You probably don't see the properties when you do this, but you will see the show table, and that allows you to say, okay, access is saying, which table do you want to select your data from? So first of all, we're just going to create an easy one. Our customers table. We just want to query for customers in, let's say, Mexico or something. And here I'm going to say show table. The question is, what tables are, or who are my customers in Mexico? Okay, add, and then I click close. And I'm going to close this. You probably don't see it, so don't worry about it. If you need that box again that we just closed out of, you click show table, and it brings it back. Okay, I can click X. This is probably what you're going to see more often than not, other than that properties box behind the scenes. Maybe if you do see it, you don't see it. It's all good, but just click the X if you do see it afterwards, or just ignore it. You don't need it anyway. Okay, well, for this example. And then to maximize the window here, double click, pizza, 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 pizza. Okay, double click. It's just a rapid fire. And then to reduce the window again, okay, these are basic Windows techniques right now. Okay, this here is a list of all your fields. It kind of looks like the relationship box if you look back at one of my prior videos. And I like this. I think it looks really good because it tells you what table it is. It's a little box containing the table and all the fields rather than having to write them out on paper. You have that. You could also have you could also do this in relationship mode. Okay, and what I was doing is if you go out here to the border of your table box, you can expand this, contract it, make it taller or shorter as needed. You can take this bottom and move it around the screen, make it bigger. This bottom part is really the grid, and here's your table. This allows you not to get into, see, there are multiple views. We're in design view right now. Like I was talking about with the tables, we have a cosmetic view, or a like what you see the output of the query. This is really design view, where we're designing the nuts and bolts, the skeleton of it. So we're designing, and this view keeps you from having to do the SQL view, which is kind of cryptic. Unless you understand what it says, eventually you have to figure out what it says. But for the point of this video, you really don't have to go through this if you just want to do a simple query and access. Okay, when you double click a field, you add it to the grid below. To delete it, well, that's nice now. Okay, to delete it, you highlight the top. You highlight the top. So my mouse will agree with me. Yeah. Well, you see this down arrow? Highlight it, and then press delete on your keyboard. Okay. This asterisk allows you to select all the fields in your table, and any new fields that you add. So it's kind of good, because if you add a new field to the table, it's hard to incorporate it into this by using when you use the asterisk. And then if to run the query, I click on the exclamation point, and voila. Here is my result. The query, I asked a question on the table, I said give me all the records. Based on I said give me all the records, and it gave me all the records. Imagine that. Then I go back into design view. If I go to SQL view, I'll probably see probably something similar. Sometimes you have to use this to kind of diagnose the query, say, why am I seeing all the records? Well, if you see this asterisk, that probably means that you have all the records. That means that you need to delete it. So you only show one field, but it's neither here nor there. Okay. Now, let's say, do what I said. Anybody that's in Mexico, then. So anybody in Mexico. Okay, so all my customers that are in, so this yeah, the parameter are in Mexico. Mexico. So I'm adding a criteria to this. Any customer in Mexico. And then I run this. Oh, and I'm not getting any results. Well, it's probably because I spelled it wrong. Let's see what it would like me to see. And anyway, that's Mexico is kind of spelled kind of wrong, kind of weird. So what I'm going to do is add this little asterisk, and that says anything that starts with MEXIC. Sorry, it's getting kind of hot. So MEXIC starts with that. And if I still don't get it, I say, well, what could be the problem here? Could that be, let's see, I want anything that starts, am I looking at the right field? Yeah. This means I have the field, when I see customers.city, that means I added the field twice. Oh, I should be doing country. Okay. So now I'm going to change the field. See how I can drop down now and I can change the field to country. And I could do Mexico. I want all my customers in Mexico. And I'm going to this, and I should see, okay, now these are customers in Mexico. Great. So now I have a list of 5 customers in Mexico, and in its state right now, it is compiled. The engine, Access Database Engine, it compiles the results, and here I'm going to save the result of this. And this allows me to have to query the table all the time because I can save this result, this record set, this set of records. And I'm going to prefix it with the QRY just so that I know it's a query. And customers in Mexico. Good. And I'm going to close this out. Now I'm going to go here to my queries, and I'm going to show you where it's at. Queries, customers in Mexico, and bang. Here, now I have like, I don't need to do this again. I have it set up, and I can make a report, a nice looking report, and in a future video, I will make a report that looks like this. One thing we did to modify this, is because, yeah, so the field 0, well, I don't want to see this field twice because it's here and here. So what I'm going to do is go back to design view and click this little button, this little show hide button. That will allow me to hide the result. And here I'm going to save it, run it, and here I'm not seeing the field anymore. Back to normal. So this looks very normal. So now if I go back in here, so I chose all my fields. I said I want to see customers in Mexico, and we're good to go. Now if I want to go ahead, these are all sorted. Let's see. I want to show you that sorting. So let's say I want to sort by contact titles in ascending order, so that marketing manager and sales representative, or marketing manager, owner, all my owners are together, all my marketing manager are together, and sales representative. There's only one of those, but so if I want to sort by those, contact title and ascending, and here I'm not showing this, I'm just sorting by that field. So now I'm seeing marketing manager, owner, sales rep. And I don't have that lingering field here in the query because I hid it. Okay. The other way I could do this, before this video gets really long, is by double clicking. You could double click each field, and this can be kind of time consuming because you got to double click. Pizza, 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 pizza. Okay. I could do all the field, or I could do it another way. And actually, okay, before I go into there, I'm going to show you how to get rid of all these fields. So if I go to database, where is it at? Oh yeah. Here, delete. I want to clear the whole grid. Clear grid. home, advanced, clear grid. Bang, it's all, the grid is cleared. So the quick way to add all these fields is by double clicking the title bar and dragging this down, dragging all the fields down. How do I do that? Again, here I'm going to clear the grid, double click, and then I click on one field. Notice I'm bringing all the fields down. I'm left clicking and dragging down, left clicking and dragging down, and I drop them in the grid. I'm going to move a happy face up, and let's see, my country is going to be Mexico, and I'm sorting by contact title. Saving it, and then I'm going back to my exclamation point, which is under design, and I'm running it, and here we go. Same thing, same effect. Except now, if I add another field to my table, it won't be incorporated into my query. That's the only difference. Okay, I have to go ahead and manually add a new field in my grid here. Okay, so if you don't understand anything regarding that, leave it in the comments below. Next, let's finish the video out by doing a calculation. So here I'm going to do create, design, now orders, and let's see if we have any. Yeah, I think we have a field like this, freight. Yeah, so it's $1. So we're going to do a calculation, simple calculation, add 10% on. So if you want to update later on, if you want to update, let's say your freight prices up to, they increase by 10%, we can go ahead and freight times 0.1. And here's my new calculation of 32.38, and then that's my increase. So the amount of increase Okay, some of these things I do really fast, and I'll probably cover it in a little more detail in a future video, but actually in the next video. But here's how you go ahead and cause a calculation, make a calculation. Now this will calculate not in aggregate, but on each row. It'll calculate each row of your each line item in your table. It'll calculate that. In the next video, we're going to talk about grouping and aggregating and getting your total over like all the freight times 10%. So all the freight, but different grouping examples. So again, thanks for tuning in and watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it. Coming out to lobocomservices.com. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Bye-bye.